Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Dominique and today we are going to be Google mapping cool places around the world. It doesn't sound like a very exciting video, but I'm telling you, if you have nothing to do and you cannot afford to travel, this will fulfill you just only 10% for the traveling piece, but 100% for the boredom part, okay? So I've been doing this for years. I am obsessed with Google mapping everything, and TikTok has fueled this hobby because I find so many places on there that I just have to see in real time. I think Google mapping is a really good idea for traveling if you want to see things in real time instead of everything being glorified on YouTube, Google Images, you know, whatever the case is. But the world is a fascinating place and you can't travel everywhere in your lifetime. So if you can't afford it or you don't feel like going to places, I'm telling you, just Google mapping random places is the funnest thing ever. Am I that bored of a soul?
Yes.
So, today I'm going to be showing you some cool places that I have found on Google Maps. If you haven't seen these places before, then I'm glad to show you. And if you have seen these places before, then I guess I'm showing you what it looks like from above. That's it. So let's get this started. I got a few places that we're gonna go check out. So let's travel. Okay, first we're gonna start out with somewhere simple. In the United States. I thought this was really cool when I was younger. This is somewhere where I wanted to go for a long time, but as I've gotten older, I've realized that if I go here, it's probably cool for 5 minutes, but it's still cool to look at. It's still cool that it exists. So right here we have Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico. And if you zoom into the very center of these 4 states, they meet perfectly in the middle because they were very square shaped. And I find this to be a really fun monument in between these states. So if we zoom in, here is where all 4 borders of those states meet for a monument, and you can stand in all 4 states at the same time. Not that exciting, but it's kind of cool if you're in the area, I suppose. I think the idea is nifty. I think border stuff is very interesting. But that's just a cute little spot in the United States that I find cute that you can find if you zoom in from space and go right to the center of those states. That monument is there. I just typed in the 4 corners because I couldn't zoom in while I was on camera for the life of me. So, next one. I'm kind of doing the boring ones first, or the ones that I've seen a million times and are less exciting to show people, and then I'm gonna do the more... my cats. I'm gonna do the more interesting ones towards the middle and end. So next, I'm going to be going to what is called the Statue of Unity, and it is said to be the largest statue in the world. And I mean, now from here, this doesn't look very large, but if you put in perspective the street view version, we're here looking around. Oh yes, there he is, the man. Like, look how little these people are. I mean, I don't know the facts. I don't remember. It's 500 something feet tall. I don't remember the fact, but I know it is the largest statue in the world, and it is located in India. So if you want to go see the largest statue in the world, you got to go to India. Okay, so one of my favorite things to do on Google Maps is to go on Zillow.com and look up the most outrageously expensive giant houses around the world and look at them from the sky, I guess. I mean, on Zillow, I feel like any social media, you have photos of stuff and it's just so surreal. But when you Google Map stuff, you just know that it's real life. So I like to look at giant houses from above. So the first house that we're gonna look at, which is not a mansion, but it's actually the Amityville house from the scary movie Amityville Horror. So the Amityville house is just a regular old house on Ocean Avenue, New York. Yeah, sorry for that one. So you can see it from above, just like any house you could on a neighborhood, but what I find interesting, my animals are going wild today, but what I find interesting about this house is that when you go to the street view, it's very blurred out, and The street view is very, very blurred out, probably for privacy reasons, because when people buy very iconic houses, they don't want people looking at them. But we all know what the address is. We all know where it's located. It is in several movies, documentaries, and like, you know, see, you blurring it out on here just means I have to go and see it for myself. So you kind of messed up there. You kind of messed up there. But yeah. You can look up any scary house, horror house on here, and I find it eerie to look at. I don't know, it's just something I like to do. Next we have a celebrity home. It's not fair. So we already know that this is going to be expensive from this view. So if you type in the jumbo layer on Google Maps, it'll take you to an airport runway. And this airport runway is owned by John Travolta, whose house is attached to this runway, where he has airplane parking. He owns a whole entire airport for himself. That's it. And you can see it for yourself. And yeah, it's great. I need one. The final house that I have on this list is one that I found on Zillow that is just the most incredible house I've seen in a long time. It has an entire moat. Here are some photos from the Zillow website. It's just insane. It's not even real. It looks like it's in a completely different country, but it's actually just in Florida. So if, you know, you Google map the old address here, it really puts in perspective as to how big this estate actually is. Yeah, so this is, I don't even have any words. Who maintains this? All I've learned from seeing this one in real life is that, one, I need a moat. Two, you can live in houses like this in the United States. That one just blows my mind. I don't understand. And when you see it from the street view, it's like, okay, obviously you can't see the whole estate, but like, look at that beautiful gate. So I'm getting down to the bottom of my very small list that I have here, but I wanted to show you one of my favorite things in the United States that I really want to go see. I'm not sure if people can, but I mean, the grounds are so large that I feel like you could see it from somewhere, even if there's not a place where you could go in. So if you see all of this light brown ground here, you can see that I've typed in the airplane boneyard, which is where airplanes go to be revitalized or parts to be used for, you know, airplanes that are currently being used. There are thousands of different sized airplanes just parked in these fields of dirt. And it's just fascinating to me because look at the size difference of some of these. It's just incredible to me that they have land for things like this. And you always wonder, like, you know, cars break down, they go to the junkyard. Where do airplanes go? They go to the airplane boneyard. It's absolutely fascinating to me. I mean, if you don't think this stuff is fascinating, then you don't have an ADHD brain like me. And that's alright. But if you do, then, you know, enjoy. If you like the idea of the airplane boneyard, well, let me tell you, there's a cruise ship graveyard as well. They have multiple around the world, but this one fascinates me the most because when you type in the city or town, Alang, I assume it's pronounced, and you just zoom into their coast, you see all sorts of unused giant ships. And they have like the cargo ships, they have cruise ships, and just like the airplane boneyard, they use the scraps. Oh, there's a cruise ship right there. Look at that. It's probably a Carnival. They use the parts and pieces to you know, be revitalized and used on newer ships. And hopefully the scraps can eventually all be used, because that's a lot of metal just sitting in the ocean or water, whatever it is, either way. Yeah, so they have cruise ship boneyards as well. And you can find them all, and they're fascinating. Last but not least, I am going to take you all to the city of Dubai, because that is one of the most fascinating places that is currently still being built. What makes them so fascinating is that they have these palm islands that are man-made. They are palm tree shaped, but when I was little and would Google Map stuff and Google Earth stuff, this one right here was practically completely empty, and now it's full. They've only been building the city for what, like the last 30 years, maybe less? I don't know. Either way, it's just fascinating to me that these people have built man-made islands connected to their city and their country. But what's even more fascinating is these islands here, they are built to look like the world map. They are the world islands. I think some of them are filled in. Oh, Netherlands is filled in. Netherlands, I said. Switzerland, France. Wow, you can see all the names of the countries. Oh, that's a new feature I've never noticed. But I've been watching them build this since I was really, really little, and they weren't even close to being done. Like, the world islands weren't all put together. The Palm Islands didn't have any habitable pieces on it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and traveling the world with me. Let me know if you want me to make another one of these. I don't really know how fascinating this video is. This is one of my favorite hobbies. I do it when I can't sleep. I do it when I'm bored. I do it when I want to travel new places and I want to look into it. Definitely a fun little hobby if you are quarantined. If you're not subscribed already, it's obvious, just subscribe at this point. Almost at 1,000 subscribers. I'm really excited about that. But anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching. Peace out.